Welcome to Solopreneur Success Strategies, and today is System Saturday, and you're at jane-gardner.com/SSS if you want to go and see the current shows. There's links there. So welcome. I'm Jane Gardner, and today we're going to be talking about systems for your business. Systems are important because they help you to reduce the amount of time that you're actually working in your business because your systems are doing some of the work for you. So that's automation as well as some systems that you can set up within your business to work while you're not there. So today we're going to be talking about computer backup, but first I guess I better tell you who I am. I always seem to forget. I'm Jane Gardner. I work with my husband in our structural engineering firm for the last 20 years in our home office. I went on the internet about 3 years ago in order to see if I could help others start with their business. So I'm going right now with the Solopreneur Success Strategies TV. I have a show every day. Today is Saturday, so it's System Saturday. Sunday is Strategy Sunday, where we talk about your business, your goals, and your vision, and how your business model will help you succeed in your goals. Then on Monday, we have mindset, because an entrepreneur needs to have a good mindset in order to keep on with their business. Tuesday is Get Your Message Out Tuesday, where we talk about social media and your website and your brand. Wednesday is World Domination Wednesday, where we talk about your customer and your customer service and how your customer becomes your raving fan if you do it right. Thursday is Jill or Jack of All Trades Thursday, where I talk about skills and knowledge that you should have as basic levels of skill in order for you to be successful as a solopreneur. This week, we're talking about business numbers. Before that, we were talking about HTML and how you need to know that in order to change minor things on your website. Friday is Freebie Fridays, where we talk about the free software that you can have in your business in order to save you time and money. This week, we talked about Alertful, which can give you an email to remind you every day, every week, once a year, every quarter, that you can remind yourself about something that you have to remember. Or you could just write down your, thoughts at the moment and see what you felt about your business at the time 3 months ago. Whatever you want to use it for. It's free. So anyway, you can see that show yesterday. It's in the podcast at iTunes as well as in SoundCloud. I will have an archive for my shows, but at the moment I'm just creating. So today we're talking about systems. We're going to be talking about various systems. We're going to be talking about automating and organizing your business systems so you can be making money instead of making work for yourself every day. You can save time for yourself and your family while your business works for you. And you can have marketing systems on automatic so you can spend more time with or even get more clients. And so the outline for the show so far is to look at organizing your computer and business systems. We already had a look at briefly how to organize your files so they're easy to find on your computer. And then we'll have a thing about tracking your finances and looking at how you're doing with your finances, automating or systemizing your marketing and automating your selling, and tracking your client journey and communications with your clients, for example. So it'll be a busy time. So let's have a look at System Saturday. And today we're going to be looking at what I talked about last week, which is automating and organizing your business systems, but it was about making sure that you allow the time to grow your business, to get more clients and spend more time with your family while your business works for you. And I've just outlined already the various ways, but today it's going to be keeping your computer data safe. Last week we were talking about how you should be able to know where your files are on your computer and how to set up your folders and your files so that it's easy to find things within your files, as well as setting up your backups for your computer on your computer system. Now, that is one thing I don't really agree with, because of course your computer can crash, but it's certainly one step you can take, which is better than no step towards keeping your computer data safe. So one of the ways that you can keep your data safe is by adding an extra hard drive either inside your computer or an external hard drive to your computer. And then you can set up, usually when you get an external hard drive anyway, you get some software that helps you in setting up the backup every day. And then of course you can always get software that will help you with that for the internal hard drive. It's always good to keep your programs, if you can, on your main hard drive, your C drive, and then have your programs that you buy on another hard drive within your computer, and then have a backup, external or internal. However, as I mentioned before, your computer can always crash. Your computer can always have a virus. Your computer can always just die for no reason. Last year, what happened? Oh, yeah, I was busy getting some programs and downloading quite a bit during the year, and my computer hard drive almost maxed out. It was at 91%. And when it's at 91%, and I hadn't noticed it, of course, it doesn't have the space in order to use to open up programs and then keep them in temporary, what they call temporary files while they run the program. So it gave me an error code, and that error code basically was one that I could not remove even from my technician. So I had to get a new hard drive because there was no way to do that. Well, luckily for me, I do some backup, so I was able to get a new hard drive as well as restore my files. But that is one of the reasons that you don't want to always depend on just your backup of an external or internal hard drive, because they can break, because they are machines. So you can certainly have one. I have one. I have an external hard drive right now attached to my computer, as well as an extra hard drive within my computer, but I'm not dependent on it. I also have another way to back up everything. So let's look at some of the other ways you can back up your computer. So you can keep your computer backup safe by doing it off-site in what is called cloud backup. You can cloud backup your files only, and actually there's a lot of free services now where you have a folder on your computer that matches a folder on the cloud storage, and anytime you put a file into that folder, it will be synced and put up into the cloud storage. So for example, Dropbox, iCloud, which is for Apple, or Google Drive for Google, or Microsoft has a OneDrive. And they all have their idiosyncrasies and their easy ways to and easy things to do, as well as sometimes they can be a bit tricky, or they can just be depending on the software. I mean, right now my Microsoft OneDrive doesn't work because I've advanced my computer to Windows 8, I think. Anyway, so that's great, but that's the files only. So just remember that you're only updating the files that you create and putting up into your Dropbox. You can't actually physically put the Windows files in there and have them uploaded into Windows, into the Dropbox, for example. So that's another way, though, that you could have a second way to back up everything. And one of the ones that I use that has saved me a few times is certainly one of the ones that is recommended in the cloud file storage services on PC Magazine. You can find it there, and they compare the various services as to the good points and the bad points at http:// www PCMag.com, article 2. Yeah, actually, I better not do the thing. Just search for cloud file storage services recommendations on PC Magazine. And it's quite a good article and gives you some pluses and minuses for each of the things like Dropbox and iCloud, for example. I also keep my files safely backed up, but these are only the files that I pick. So it's selective file backup on Carbonite, which is basically you have to go and pick the files that you want to back up, and in general, say it'll just be the files. It won't be the program software or the system registry, which is part of the system files, etc. So when I had my crashes on my computer, all I could do was bring down back the files that I had created on these various programs, and then I had to reinstall the program itself and create it new. You can also there's a new service called Mirror the Hard Drive service, where it will actually make a copy of the hard drive as it's set up within your computer. However, nextadvisor.com doesn't recommend that as a service, because if you're repairing a crashed PC and not replacing it, installing a mirror image of your last PC on a new computer can cause instability due to system differences. And certainly how quickly that the Windows changes from 8 to 8.5 to 8.6 to 8.7, you'll never be able to have a real mirror image of your computer as it is in when you get a new computer. It's usually updated in the Windows, etc. So probably mirror service would not be of use to you. So what's the future for keeping your computer data safe? Well, there's a lot of companies that are now building cloud-only business sites. They want the reason that, well, I mean, I don't know if that's the reason, but my guesstimate is that Dropbox is giving you free megabytes of storage, as well as Google, Drive and all the other ones that I mentioned, because they want you to get used to having all your files up on the cloud. And of course, I've even paid for 1 terabyte on my Google Drive, or is it my Dropbox, now, in order to save a lot more of my photos and my files onto the cloud, because knowing that it's there as well as on the computer makes me feel safe. But there's also companies that are now started marketing cloud-only business sites so that you can work with your team, collaborating, and with your email. One of them is Google Apps for Work, which is at https://apps.google.com. I have that as a service because I need it for the email, because I have Gmail. And if any one of you has a Gmail, of course, that's all in the cloud. And they are the ones responsible for saving all your Gmail up there. So they're already starting to get you used to being up on the cloud and not having to use your computer for email. So and on that Google Apps for Work, they also allow you to, of course, back up, if you wish, your files up there into the Google Drive, and they have various other apps for you. So that's what the future is for backup. I think there's a lot of companies who are starting to get lots of service and creating big systems, because they want companies and corporations to start getting onto the cloud and using their service to store their data, because as we go along on the internet, we're going to get more and more data. But for you really need a backup system set up now for your computer. Even a simple backup will save you time and security when your computer crashes. The future is a cloud, but for now, a backup system in your business is crucial. You don't want to have your computer crash and lose all your data and all your client space, database. I know it's one of these things you never think about, but it's one of the things that are critical for your business. And if, at the very least, it's the first thing that you should do besides organizing your files so you can find things later. just for last week. So next week, we'll get started on the operating procedures binder for your biz. In this operating procedures binder, we'll be putting things like your system backup for what is going to be your computer backup system and how it works. You would put that in there, for example, as well as the other business systems. You put it all into the operating procedures binder so that you, or when you can afford employees, or you can outsource some of your work, you have an operating procedure so that they can see what your business is and how to do things in your business. So you can go to http://jgtips.com/sssaturday. Saturday for the current episode will be there on my website. And I'm sure there'll be some kind of freebie there for you to take, but at the moment there isn't anything. So I'm going to have to create some kind of outline for your operating procedure, and maybe next week you'll be able to download that. But basically, this is Jane Gardner, and I wanted to say you have to have systems in your business because you want to have the free time to be able to spend time on your lifestyle instead of spending time on your business. You want to automate some of your marketing, and there's lots of software to do that. And you want to be able to know what your finances are and what your business systems are and in your business, so that it's easy for you or for your outsourcer to be able to work with it, and so you have more time for yourself and your family. So I know that System Saturday sounds kind of boring, but it is important, and I hope that you'll come back next week, and we'll talk about starting up putting together your operating procedure binder, as well as looking at another system probably in your business that you can put in there. Thank you for listening. This is Jane Gardner. Please subscribe at my podcast in iTunes or SoundCloud. You can just search for Jane Gardner or Solopreneur Success Strategies. As well, it's on my website, as I just mentioned. So talk to you later. Bye.